Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to another episode of Learning from Challengers. So this is the series that I recently started with Gangplank, that we spectate challenger people of my champion pool and see what they may be doing differently to me. So now we're going to be doing Xerath, and I will say Xerath is going to be a bit of a weird one because my Xerath is quite good. You know, when I'm on point with Xerath, I'd like to say that it is a very high level. Obviously, even Riot has asked me to do a mini guide for them, which I did do a few weeks ago. So we'll see. Like, if there's anything, I will say, if there's anything I notice that this dude does differently to me, then that's a pretty big deal. Because right now I'm going into this thinking, I don't think so. Because I know my weakest thing with Xerath personally is my last hitting. So we'll see what changes, what's different, is there anything I can pick up. And that's the general idea about it. So this person, again, I'm not sure if it's a known person. Again, I don't follow the scene that well anymore. But his name is Bo Lulu. Is about 700 LP challenger. Plays mid lane mainly. Plays like a lot of Galio mid, Kassadin I think, and Xerath, and a few other champions. But basically, when I was looking through who to do, all I did was go on ranked solo queue and find the challenger people on EU West and basically look who had Xerath in their top 5 champions, and then I went from there and saw who plays him and stuff. Just to mention a couple of things, because the first episode obviously did warrant a lot of people asking questions. First thing is, one of the biggest ones was like, am I going to go to Korea? No, not at all. I'm going to be 100% sticking to the West with watching people for a couple of reasons. One, I definitely think it's overhyped learning from Koreans. I don't think it's that big of a deal at all. Secondly, when you're talking only about solo queue and you're not talking about pro play, hits the first queue, I know that EU West is different to Korea. Whether you want to say Korea is better or not, it doesn't really matter. They are different. So if you're learning from a Korean, you're going to be picking up things that it doesn't matter on EU West. The playstyles are different. So already, by the way, Xerath has gone for 2 Qs. Again, doing the very similar thing that I do, is looking for landing the Q on minions as well as hitting it on the enemy. And he's 2 for 2 right now. Hits another one and ignores the minion this time. So he's basically looking just to apply pressure to the Cassiopeia. And you can notice right now, his farm isn't that good. So this is a challenger Xerath, and out of like potentially the 7 roughly farm that he could have got so far, he's got 4. So this is, but right now it doesn't look that different to mine. So it then takes W level 2 just to continuously poke. And this is maybe where the biggest difference has been already. Is usually I don't look for this much harass in the early game. Like even there, he went for another damage. He didn't go for the minions at the back that are quite low. He went further for damage, is continuing to pile on the pressure. So yeah, so already I'm noticing, sure, this guy's last hit is not that impressive. It's actually very similar to mine so far. But he's definitely going for more pressure. Hits another one. So far, he's used 1 potion. Cassiopeia has already used both. First blood comes in the bot lane, by the way, which shouldn't be all surprising, because Lucian is quite strong at the moment. Anyway, let's keep watching. So we've started, again, runes. I don't 100% know what runes he's gone, because unfortunately we can't really look that up. But I would presume he's just going, I think he's got Arcane Comet and Inspiration, because he's got Commencing Stopwatch and Minion Dematerializer on Xerath. Normally I never take Minion Dematerializer. Going for even more harass. Cassiopeia very low now, most likely going to go back and buy. Both of them have taken heal, by the way. Oh, he's putting himself in a risky position, misses the stun. Gragas is coming for a gank. Nocturne's above him, he's going to have to flash. He might have to get, flash away. Uses his heal straight away, does manage to survive. That was pretty poor positioning. Got to be careful of a flash Q by Nocturne. He does manage to survive. Okay, so that was pretty bad positioning by the Xerath. He put himself in a weird predicament there. And obviously you can see here that the Xerath himself is flashing, yo, Gragas, you had flash. Why didn't you use it? So, yeah. Alright, so he does go back, and they are going to be roughly even farm. Cassiopeia decides to stay, and Xerath, you can actually notice, is going, I'm staying right now. This is interesting to me because he could potentially go back on this wave because it's a cannon wave. So this is going to take longer to push because his cannon minion can survive longer with Cassiopeia being low mana. But he does decide he's going to stay around. So this is quite risky. While Nocturne is top lane and both of these guys are very, very low, I don't think Xerath himself is going to be able to do much about that. He's probably just going to look to push, try to maintain gold. Gragas goes down. Fiora's probably also going to go down instantly. Just watch this and see if she can manage to pick up one kill. She managed to get a flash, and then she also goes down. So that's a pretty bad situation. Xerath continuing to get pressured is just using his mana that he can regen and stuff just to try and survive and poke the Cassiopeia. Make her feel uncomfortable of not going for a dive. And remember, both of them used their sums. So what the Xerath, in my opinion, should be looking to do is if he manages to poke her enough, it just completely makes her kind of go, okay, I can't dive him. There's no point looking for it. So he will, right now, be probably looking for damage on the Cassio more than minions. But again, it's surprising that he's staying. Like, look at the farm difference. It is building right now. Shen is coming for a gank. W comes down. One more E and he would have been dead. Going for that, gets a nice little damage, and they manage to pick up a kill. So again, that is the good thing about staying that long, is when his teammate came to help him, he picks up himself a kill, which he wouldn't have got if he went back. So that's really good. Good team play right there. Again, we don't know if people are duo queue in this challenger game or anything, but that was good. And again, he kept himself at relative safety. He didn't die when he was very low health to the Cassiopeia. So overall, that is not bad. And again, oh my god, the Nocturne Q hits and he's around 10 health by the time that would have hit. So he does survive that too. So far this Xerath is surviving on the skin of his teeth. So that's good. You know, that is something that you are looking for on Xerath. It's to not put yourself at too much risk in the early game. And he is doing that definite, and getting himself an early kill is actually a very, very big bonus. So first buy, he picks up a Lost Chapter. And that's pretty much it, with a health potion, which he may already have. Also doesn't leave the base with full health, which is not surprising to me. One kill happening in bot lane. But yeah, so many people over the years have asked me, Huz, why don't you leave base with full health or mana? Time. A lot of the time you want to like get back to the lane as quick as possible. His lane, his minions were on his tower. Like, if he waited another 2-3 seconds to get all them, to get the health, he would have missed out all of that farm, or a lot of it. Also, you can notice that this game already is seeming to just be wanting to bully the Fiora. So Cassiopeia just went top to help the Kennen. Nocturne was in the blue side jungle again. So they basically, again, what a lot of the time, the high rating you go, a lot of the time what happens is you bully one of the weakest links on the enemy team. And it could be, you know, they are actually the weakest player. You know, sometimes it is like, oh, this person's just low rating. Why are they in this game? But sometimes it's, okay, we got an early kill on him or her. Let's just kind of nail that person to the ground and just, like, not let them get back into this game. So you can see Xerath is trying just to kind of smash the Cassiopeia from range. Not surprising. He really should be looking to do that more and more as this game goes on. He does gain advantage. Nocturne coming in the mid lane with a Rakan. He's going to just get completely ruffled stomped. So there's a couple reasons why he died there. I don't know how much would have helped, but one, there is zero vision in this whole area. No vision here, no vision here. He could have maybe spotted the Nocturne if he had one ward anywhere, because Nocturne ultimate at rank 1 is very low rated. And secondly, obviously, there was no major call by the looks of it from the bot lane. Yeah, there was no major call from the bot lane that the Rakan was missing. But again, in a challenger game, you would expect these people to kind of realize, hey, their support's gone. If my Shen has roamed for a kill, therefore, so should, like, I should expect their Rakan to. Why wouldn't I? So, just a death there. Lucian go for a bit of return damage here. Not sure if he's going to be able to get a kill or anything. But if he gets the Nocturne low, then it means that he can't gank again. Really nice taunt by Shen, but he might be overcommitting there, and he's probably going to die. Gragas is going to come, though, at the back line. Very low health is the Lucian. Gragas gets one kill with his ultimate. Gragas returning, just going to be slapping people around. Not sure how well this is going to go. Lucian picks up another kill. Xerath with his ultimate. So he is actually not bad in accuracy, but he used it really at a wasted opportunity. So again, so far, again, not all of these challenger games are going to be like the perfect pristine of that champ. Meanwhile, Fiora gets a solo queue, which is actually terrible for that Kennen. But yeah, like that Xerath just uses ultimate twice when Xayah was in ult. That's not good. So, you know, again, even if these challenger videos, I'm hoping that like, to me, a successful challenger video, and again, these are more personal videos that hopefully you guys can still learn from. If I can pick up one new thing on a champion that I main, so if this guy on Xerath teaches me one more thing that I normally don't do, to me, that's a success. Because obviously I'm going over my champions that I'm confident with, that I've got to Diamond 1 with before. So that's the idea of the series. And obviously to you guys, if I'm just pointing everything out, then maybe you can learn more than one thing per video. But yeah, what just happened in top lane is kind of funny. So they have tried to nail this Fiora, like, you know, dive her a few times, keep her low, and then she gets a solo kill. Basically, that just shows that all their work that they've done so far hasn't been that important, because it shows that Fiora can still 1v1 the Kennen, which is kind of funny. So I will say one thing that I've learned from this Xerath so far is definitely in the early game poke more. Because again, he didn't get a pure solo kill, but indirectly because she was so low and because that situation happened because the Cassiopeia was poked low, enabled the Shen to come mid lane for a kill. Shen does die though. Nocturne does a lot of damage. Again, Nocturne at the moment, ridiculous amount of damage that champion has. He's just going to survive. He's going to go for his ultimate. He's actually 2 levels above the Xayah, by the way, somehow. Let's return to mid lane, though. They are really yin-yanged position. And again, one has blue, one doesn't. There was a red ward in there, or a control ward, so he probably wants to know that exists. Another kill by the Fiora on the Kennen, so there you go. That lane is basically becoming even. Just the farm differentiates them. See, that confuses me. There's a minion wave approaching his tower. You don't want to miss out on the farm. He goes for a Q and actually still decides to go for a Q on the Cassiopeia. So again, definitely this guy focuses the champion a lot more than I ever do. Really good. Both good play by both of the mid laners. Xerath ultimate coming in. One miss to hit that one, hit that one. That should give the kill, so that's pretty nice overall. But yeah, so the one thing that he's taught me, and again, I actually think that this is a thing in general that I need to get better at. If you guys watched the Gangplank episode, what did I learn from the Gangplank episode? Be more direct, put your barrels on top of people and stuff like that. He's actually basing on a control ward there. But be more direct, be more confident, be more aggressive. The exact same thing with this Xerath game. It's a different player, so it's not like it's the same player on Xerath. A different player, but in the same rating of Challenger, is playing very aggro on Xerath. I'm sure if you guys have watched a lot of my Xerath videos, I don't play aggro on Xerath, like in the early game, because I don't think I can. Well, this guy is kind of proving me wrong because he is. And if he can do this in a Challenger game, then I can definitely do it in a Diamond game. So that is something that I've noticed straight away. So if that's my one thing that I learn in this video is I can play more aggro in the early game, then that's great. That's going to potentially help me win lane more. Because again, I just never really look for it. I just kind of go, right, I need to focus on farm. Because look, he's just throwing out all those Qs on that Cassiopeia to just make her uncomfortable. Because again, the lower health, you also have to think, if you're in a lane that the enemy opponent actually has a 1v1 advantage, which actually a Cassiopeia has in the early game, the best thing you can do is actually get them low health. Because then their confidence of going, hey, I'm stronger than you in the 1v1 is gone because they don't want to go in when they're low health. So that is potentially the best defense for a counter lane or a lane that you're going to struggle with, is just play aggro. So that is something that is actually very valuable to me for me to know. So in the enemy team, I thought they were doing Rift Herald, but it turns out they may or may not. Again, okay, they do. We just heard it. So there's a Charm coming in. Rakan ultimate. Fiora's still going to be dealing a lot of damage, but she takes a lot of damage there, actually. Dishing out a not bad amount. Shen's going to try and kill. One kill going down. Xerath is on his way. Good ultimate by the Gragas. Cassiopeia right near the Xerath. I don't know if Xerath has noticed. He gets a nice stun on. Just keep running, and that's okay. He does have his ultimate, and he does pick up 1 kill. He should be looking for the Cassio, which he does. And boom, he gets 2 hits in, which is probably going to lead to the 3rd kill with the Cassio if the Gragas can get his cooldowns up in time. Or the Xerath can just get there. It does throw his heal. Oh, Cassiopeia ult's coming down. She probably will die, though, I imagine. A lot of messy play happening here. There we go. Okay, now she should die. And mistimed a little bit, but that's okay. So overall, not a bad play. So Xerath, this guy seems to be quite accurate with his ultimate. I'd say on average, you know, he's got rank 1 ultimate, which is 3 missiles. On average, I'd say he's hit 2 out of 3. I don't think we've had an ultimate that he's hit all of them. And again, remember in bot lane that he actually used his ultimate while Xayah in his ultimate. So again, not perfect. And again, when I do an unranked to Diamond, a lot of people realize that, hey, Diamond players aren't perfect, and people kind of go, oh, because a lot of YouTubers, and again, no disrespect to the LoL YouTubers, because I know it's a thing that doesn't help your channel, but losses happen, bad games happen to even Diamond players, and if this series actually shows that Challenger players aren't perfect players, like, they're not. They make mistakes. They're human. The Gangplank episode highlighted that. This episode, to me, has already highlighted that a bit. So it's just, to me, it's just a no-brainer that these videos are healthy for my audience, for you guys, to kind of realize that going, oh, like, they're not like robots that play perfectly every single situation they have. Like, no way. Like, no one does. Right, so more poke coming down again, landing pretty much every Q that he's going for now. Teleport's coming in, Shen ult comes down. They are looking for that tower or a dive. Lucian did die, by the way, by the Cassiopeia or somebody roaming. Oh yeah, Lucian's right there. I don't know why he was so deep. Yeah, so farm-wise, Xerath is, you know, even-ish with the Cassio. I would expect him to be a bit lower than the Cassio because she has more lane control. Kennen does go down. But apparently both Fiora and Shen use their ultimate, their flashes to kill him. But I guess that's fine. Again, they are turning over the pressure of that lane. The whole early game was Fiora getting bullied, and now it's the Kennen getting bullied. So it's, you know, just the way that it goes. So he is using full spells to clear the wave. So when I say full spells, that's everything. He uses Q, W, and E to, like, last hit there. Enemy team is diving, which to me, that is a very silly dive. Xerath ult misses 1, hits 2, hits 3. So potentially, once again, he lands maybe 2 out of 3. Very close from Gragas saving the life of the Xerath there, but he will pick up the kill, so that is worth. You get more gold than you lose. Unfortunately, Xerath didn't pick up an assist on the Nocturne somehow, but again, the Xerath is being very accurate with his ultimate. But I will say that was a very weird dive by the enemy team. Like, first thing is that the Lucian was above in levels of the Xayah, and second thing, they were, like, here. Like, they were behind a tier 2 at 15 minutes. So that was a bit weird. I don't really know why they did that. But anyway, build-wise, he's doing the exact same build that I do. Even though, yeah, I was literally going to say, builds are situational. It's why when everybody asks me in the comment section, Huz, what's the best build for X champion? It just simply doesn't exist. There is not a best build for a champion. There is a best build for a situation you're currently in, and that changes depending on the game you're in. This game, what is the best build? Well, it's the normal Ludens for mana and wave clear. It's the Sork boots for movement speed and pen. But it's the Zhonya's second, which is, again, normally something you don't do. The reason you're doing it this game is the Nocturne. So far, this Nocturne you've seen has already been a little bit hungry for this Xerath. Rightfully so, because Xerath is a very immobile champion that can't get away from a Nocturne. So who is he going to ult? He's going to ult the carry Xerath. So if you can Zhonya's mainly his ultimate, then that's a massive deal. So yeah, obviously Kennen died again, by the way. So this guy is really struggling now. Rift Herald used the mid lane just to get the tier 1. Not a big deal because the tier 1 was already taken here. Enemy team is rotating. I'd probably want to see the Xerath rotating and potentially just throw his ultimate down if Shen can land a taunt. There's the taunt. There's the ultimate. And boom, 3 hits in a row into a kill. So again, because I know Xerath quite well, that isn't hard for me to predict at all. It's just the right thing to do. So as I said, like some of these episodes, I'm going to generally know a lot what this person's wanting to achieve and wanting to do. Because, again, we are doing these episodes on the champions that I have played to a high level. But it's just little things. Like, again, a lot of people don't realize that to get better at League, especially when you're already in the higher ratings, it's going to just be the tiny little things that you don't notice. It's the same in sport. It's like when you're a golfer and you're a pro golfer, it's like, well, they're a pro. What can they get better at? It's the tiny little things of their game that makes them a little bit better. And if you can improve 3 tiny little things, that actually adds up to a big thing. Alright, so Infernal is up right now. Gragas goes for the steal. Boom, he does get it. Coming in for a play. Enemy team is getting owned right now. Nocturne comes down. Lucian going to go for return damage. Xerath coming in. Hopefully he attacks the right thing. Actually misses. Doesn't get much piece of the pie, that Xerath there, because again, the Nocturne, you know, got rid of the vision. I don't think he was really in range. Gragas, for some reason, is here. I don't really know. Good stun by Xerath. Don't know if anything's going to come of it. Fiora jumps over. Rakan's also coming over. I think that's a bit of a mistake because I don't think he's going to get that kill unless the Ignite gets him with the auto attack and the flash. Xerath picks up an auto attack kill. Could rotate over here to see if there's a Cassiopeia pretty low in this bush or there. Boom! Does manage to get it in time. Throws a ward over. Gets himself the vision. So overall, really nice play. So yeah, this Xerath is doing well. Like, again, what I would say, the only difference that I'd say this Xerath and I have, per se, a lot of the things are very similar. I don't know why he's going for that play. He has to land the Q to live. Is he's probably more accurate than me. Like, this Xerath, he's maybe having, let's say, an average game for him. He's probably not playing exceptional. He's probably not playing very bad. But he's hitting a lot of skill shots. When I play well on Xerath, sure, I can hit a lot of skill shots, but that's when I'm playing really well on him, where I think this game is just an average game for this Xerath. I don't think this is this Xerath kind of going, all right, I'm playing the best Xerath I ever have. If this guy was playing the best he ever has, he probably doesn't miss anything, where I obviously still miss. So I think that's obviously the biggest difference if you wanted to put our Xeraths together. His farm doesn't seem that amazing. Again, if Xerath isn't an amazing farmer in the early game, he really can get bullied out. And maybe that's why he went for damage in the early game, like to attack the Cassiopeia instead of farming, to kind of reduce that pressure that he, you know, is on him. So, yeah, the main differences I would say between him and me is farming was similar. Maybe he's a little bit better, obviously. He's a challenger player. Last hitting, well, I've already said it, yeah, sorry. Skill shots, I'd say he's probably more accurate than me. He's like playing average and he's hitting most of his skill shots. For me to hit most of my skill shots, I need to be playing like above 50%, if you know what I mean. Like I've got to be playing pretty well to like do well with my last hits. All right, so Nocturne coming up in the top lane. Big play happening. Let's see what happens. We're looking for a Xerath ultimate potentially to happen to help. There's it. He doesn't hit one. He's going for the backline. Zai hits one, hits two, manages to get that kill. Is then going to probably rotate over. Hits the Kennen with his thingy. Does manage to miss his stun, but hits his E. Where is his positioning? He's coming over from the right with the Fiora. The enemy team, I would say, are in big trouble here. Hits his first Q. Hits a double W. Hits his stun. Fiora's going to come in for the finish. Boom, lands his Q. So you see what I mean? In that team fight, if you looked at the percentage of how many skill shots he landed, probably easily 80% of his skill shots. Easily. And all of them were, like, impactful. You know, he missed one or two stuns, but then when he missed a stun, he hit a double W. He hit his Q consistently. His ultimate, he hit, I think, 2 out of 4, maybe 3 out of 4. So this is what I mean. That this Xerath, he's playing average. And I can tell pretty much he's playing average. Yet he's landing most of his skill shots, and all of them are well thought out skill shots. He's not just throwing them out random of going like, I'm just going to throw that one and that one. At this situation, he saw Kennen low health. He could have queued here. He queued there to kill the Kennen. Like, it's all thought process. It's all decision-making on purpose. None of this is random. So, again, that is, again, a very impressive Xerath. Hence why he's most likely challenger. So, yeah, this episode, I've learned a couple things. One, skill shots are obviously very important. And they've actually surrendered. So, skill shots are very important. But more importantly, what I've learned personally is be aggressive in the early game. I should be looking for Qs. I should be looking to damage my opponent to basically make the pressure on myself less. And that is something that I don't do. Not a lot anyway. So again, a bit of a quicker episode, but I think that's perfectly fine. You can learn, like, the basics of Xerath in this game. And again, this is where Xerath, I would say, is a champion that I would only play if you're very confident in yourself as a League player. If you're not landing skill shots in this champ, well, you're completely worthless, obviously. Because every single one of his spells is a skill shot. But if you're like a challenger player that is landing over 80% of them and you're probably just having an average game, then you can probably see the power of this champion. But that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. In the comment section, put what champion you want to see next. Again, we're going to be going over champions that I play more of, like my old pool. So I might potentially, we did a top lane game last game. We did a mid game this one. I'm thinking of a jungle one. So put junglers. So it's probably going to be, let's be honest, Lee Sin or Rengar or something like that. But I will look at the comments. You can also suggest episodes for the future, what champions. But that's going to be it. Like, subscribe. See you guys next time. See you.